Acre Liberation Release, Part 11. When we left off on Part 10, the whiskey had just left the warehouse. Bob had come out in one last ditch effort to try and say that we didn't have the proper paperwork, but we did. And, oh, by the way, Chuck is texting me and Troy stating that, congratulations, we just committed a felony and we were on camera. One, it wasn't a felony. I had already called the cops. They said it was a civil matter. I knew if we had not left with the whiskey that day, that we would have never saw those barrels again. $20,000 worth of barrels would have just disappeared, and Brass and Anchor basically would have ceased to exist because we wouldn't have been able to do anything at that point. But luckily, we were able to get the barrels out of there. I can't thank Troy from April 1. Right there, April 1 enough. Go check him out. His stuff's amazing. We're still friends. We still help each other out and that sort of thing. After that, I was shaken. We had to decompress. We actually ended up going to Aspen that day and hooking up with our good friend from 10th Mountain Whiskey, Ryan Thompson, going to dinner with him that night, and then actually the next day doing a tour of his distillery and stuff. We had a grand time in Colorado anyway, and it all worked out. But that's the reason for the name Liberation, because we had to go rescue these barrels. And if you read the label, it says, manhandled, hoarded, held hostage. We liberated these barrels with grit and turned them into a bourbon that's bold, smooth, and unapologetically ours. This is Liberation Blend, crafted in defiance, poured with purpose. So, my business partner, Tom, I had during the whole thing, me and Troy, we were talking and kind of had the idea. Somebody else gave me, I forget, I can't even remember. We had the idea for this, and Tom's a wordsmith. So Tom came up with the wording for that there. If you want a bottle of this, super easy to get. It's on our website, worriesandwhiskey.com. You can head over there, click on our bourbon, you'll see it. If you buy 2 of them, you get free shipping. But they ship out of DC, so we are able to ship to 42 states, I believe. But that's the story of how Founders, or how Liberation Blend came to be. And honestly, Founders Blend Batch 2 was also part of those barrels. Those barrels were liberated as well. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed telling it, and it's in the wind. But let me know what you want to hear next. Maybe I'll do a story on whatever. I've been in the Navy for almost 30 years now, so I got some stories. But I hope you get to try Liberation